wondering what you thought of the way your team played together, especially with Kyrie and Gordon back, and how they played.
Well, I mean, I thought we struggled to make shots, but they kept us off balance. You know, they changed their matchups up quite a bit. Started the game with Embiid on Tatum and switching a lot of screens, and then mixing that up as the game went on. And I thought that they did a good job affecting our rhythm, and you know, we never really got into a great one. But you know, our strength has to be in our depth, and when one guy doesn't have it going, the rest of the team has to pick them up, and everybody has to play with great effort because the guy behind them is chomping at the bit to get in. And so I thought that, you know, all of them did their jobs hard, and I thought had great focus to do it well. And you know, I think that we'll clean up the offensive stuff, but if we can guard like that, we got a chance to be decent.
And how about Kyrie and Gordon in particular?
Yeah, I thought they had moments. I mean, Kyrie's never going to have a game like that probably, and that's, you know, everybody's been talking about Gordon being gone for 12 months, but Kyrie's been out for 6, and you know, had no intention of really restricting him minutes-wise, but it's probably not all bad to play 29 in that first one, get your feet underneath you and get ready to go from here.
Brad, just going with Aaron at the start of the second half with the starters, was that in response to matchups or just a way to try to manage Gordon's minutes?
We'll distribute the minutes restriction.
Do you plan on using that regularly, or is that just going to be while he's on that restriction?
No, I think we'll probably use that regularly, but it won't always be the same guy.
Coach, the last couple of weeks you guys have talked a lot about effort and translating that from practice to games. How would you assess what you saw out of the guys tonight at both ends?
I thought both teams played hard, but I thought we competed. I thought that our depth was a big factor in the game. Whenever things started to go awry, and we put new fresh guys in, they all made plays. And you know, that's what it's got to be for us. And we're a long way from being really good. But if we play hard, then we have a chance to get there.
Brad, giving Gordon that extra time so that he could, or on the bench, so that he could come in and play an extended run at the end, did you feel like he looked more in rhythm and had the energy that you were hoping for by doing it that way?
You know, I thought that they, again, knocked us out of our rhythm a little bit with their really good schemes, and so I don't know that I would characterize it as rhythm necessarily, but I feel comfortable doing that. He feels comfortable doing that. He'll do whatever he needs to do to get back to playing consistently and playing well, and more importantly, whatever's best for us.
Brad, I guess it's officially the last time we can ask you this question, but you know, what it felt like to actually just see him take the court again. I mean, it was a year ago, season over last year, when that happened and he got hurt. So just...
Yeah, I mean, I guess it wasn't as probably, you can ask him how it felt, but we've seen him in the preseason games. I watched him play one-on-one in August. You know, I watched him play some 5-on-5. You know, at just open gyms. So I mean, I've seen him, and he's looked really good. And then the last week he's been better. You know, looked more comfortable with us. But it's clearly something for him to kind of check the box and get it behind him. You know, probably for everybody too. Our guys all didn't play a game for 4 months at least, and sometimes the first one's hard.
Hey, Coach. Even though the team got off to a bit of a shaky start, Jason Tatum was there scoring in the first quarter, was consistent throughout. What does his progression look like from year 1 to year 2, and what do you expect out of the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, we need him to be great. I thought that, you know, we talked about Gordon and Kyrie really having good weeks coming off those injuries and not playing in the last couple exhibition games. But the other guy that really went to a different level, because he struggled a little bit in the exhibition games, was Tatum. And he's a good player, and we need him to be good. And, you know, as I've told him and all our other wings, if those guys just really commit to being great defensively and making the next right play, everything's going to work out, because there's a lot of good players out there.
Coach, Marcus Morris had a really good game for you guys off the bench. His scoring, we saw it in the preseason, but he also gave you a lot of help on the boards. When he's playing like that, scoring, rebounding, and defending, how significant an impact player can he be for you guys?
I think when you look at our roster, you know, everybody brings great strengths to the table. Everybody has to do their roles exceptionally well. But we're asking more of Marcus Morris than we are of a lot of guys, because you know, he's a guy that could be playing 32, 34 minutes a night starting and playing a lot for a lot of places. But for us, we need him to come in and do exactly what he did tonight. And there'll be games where he plays more, but you know, I couldn't appreciate a guy more than I appreciate him, because he's the one that has really, you know, right from the get-go, he's played like he's completely unaffected by a role. He's just going to play really well when he goes in the game.
Coach, this year I am expecting 3 or 4 Celtics All-Stars. Do you agree with me?
I have no idea. We'll see. You know, I think we've got a lot of good players, and I hope that we're playing well enough when that time comes, and that we've had a good enough start to our season that the guys that didn't make it, we're all pissed about. You know, because that's ultimately going to be why we're good, is because some guys are going to give a little. Thanks.
Thank you.